So when I was here last year, 12 months ago, I talked about the strategic plan that had been finalized, that our priorities, initiatives had been finalized, that focus areas within these priorities had been finalized, and I sought your approval to move forward with the operationalizing of the plan, with developing a budget and moving forward with the implementation. And I will discuss some of that today now. But before I do that, I just want to remind all of you, especially those who are new to the board, the 4 priority areas, the 4 initiatives that define all the research that we do here at VCU, which is enriching the human experience, achieving a just and equitable society, optimizing health, and supporting and sustaining energy and environments. I will very briefly give you examples of each of these initiatives where our faculty are truly advancing and doing transformative research. And I'll give you some examples other than the ones that President Rao just talked about. If you look at what Dr. Kang Yi is doing, to research that he is doing in robotics, they have got NIH funding, and they're developing these seeing canes that can help visually impaired to move and navigate without having obstacles. This is like the GPS for cars, but will help the visually impaired. What better way of enriching the human experience? Happening right here in the College of Engineering. If you look at our second initiative, just as an example of achieving a just and equitable society, Dr. Christine Bay in the School of Education is using her research funded by the NSF to develop tools and techniques to educate teachers in 15 middle schools of Richmond to help advance scientific literacy among students, underrepresented minority students, and propel them towards STEM-based education. This is going to be powerful in this area. The third initiative where we do really well and is a major strength for VCU is optimizing health. Dr. Robert Wynn, whom you all know, and is the director of our Cancer Center, just in the last few months, he has received 3 NIH grants, about $5 million. And he is truly addressing health disparities, especially issues of lung cancer among Black communities, and also race-based issues that have barriers to care and employment. If you look at the example on the right of what Dr. Trost and Dr. Gorge are doing, they have received federal funding. And we are now a federally designated spinal cord consortium here. And together with the Traumatic Brain Injury Consortium, we are only one of 4 in the entire country to have that kind of a program here that is proving to be instrumental in transforming the quality of life of our patients. VCU is proud to be a home of some of the world's most highly cited investigators. If you look at Dr. Tom Eisenberg, who does tobacco research, he's leading a center for tobacco studies and tobacco products. Dr. Ken Kendler is the world's 2nd highest cited investigator in the field of psychiatry, who is here and is then leading an institute called VIPPG, or the Virginia Institute for Psychiatric and Behavioral Genetics. And you just heard President Rao talk about Arun Tanyal and his fascinating work he's doing in liver disease. Between these 3 faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, they currently have about $42 million of research funding. It's fascinating what's going on here. On the right, we have other top-notch researchers who are working in the area of addiction. Last time I talked about pain. This is alcohol-related research. They're trying to find out the genetics and the behavioral things that drive people to alcoholism. Again, heavily funded by the NIH. The last initiative that I'll talk about is supporting and sustaining energies and environment. As an example, Dr. McGarvey and Dr. Vonesh, through funding that they have from the NSF, they are looking at how to preserve our river water systems and our freshwater systems in James here within Virginia and the Commonwealth and beyond. They're also using this funding to train the next generation of environmental students, especially underrepresented minorities, a cadre of students. Dr. Milos Manic, our computer science expert in the College of Engineering, he and colleagues here in Virginia and rest of the country that he's collaborating with, they are trying to address and secure the vulnerabilities that we have because of cybersecurity in areas of wind energy, nuclear energy, and solar energy, and in the manufacturing space. They're part of a $70 million DOE consortium.